Then what? The themes?
The themes. Aside from the obvious, like degradation of humanity.
Since we're talking about the themes, I should mention the importance to the quarantine or whatever.
Okay.
Because that's a theme that I think this movie approaches that very few other movies approach. And that is like, I know many, right now we're saying, okay, we have a spaceship full of people who are kind of doomed.
Yes,
they are
basically.
More or less, they just told them that they're not gonna come back home. There's no way they can come back home and they're gonna die. I think many movies do that. Just that is the equivalent of saying, okay, you have a terminal disease and you're gonna die.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, holy fuck, there are a lot of movies about cancer and terminal illness, alright?
Course.
While a lot of movies and stories deal with death or loss or whatever, it's a normal thing to people. Maybe not so much in the 21st century. We're not used to death. However, the subject in this movie is not just you are dead or you are sentenced to death, but you have been robbed of your future. Because as I don't know, as people we are aware that even if you're gonna die, there are some things about you that will remain, right? Like if you're gonna die here, they tell you you're gonna die in 2 years, right? You say, okay, well, I don't know, I can, my children or something can live on.
Yeah, I can write a book or do something.
Maybe I can do something that will be my legacy. However, here they're telling them that they don't have a future. If they have children, they are gonna die too.
Yep.
Whatever you do, it's not gonna reach any other person. Right now, you have been robbed of not just of your life, but of your future.
Another thing that I also thought was unusual is that this is like a whole society condemned to extinction. Because, as you said, it's always like the cancer patient, some sort of disease. But no, this is like a whole community, a whole society in this case, is no longer, they are condemned. That's it.
In the quarantine, I think it's normal to feel like also feel like you have been robbed of your time and of your future. Like, okay, we can't work on our projects, we can't do the usual stuff. I think that's kind of.
I would argue that's a lot in your mind.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, and we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We changed the game.
That game was way too harsh.
to something more light.
Yeah, we changed to something that we can actually not even focus on it and just talk.
Yeah, and since the game is so light and and colorful, let's start discussing the themes of this very, very sad movie.
Yeah, very not colorful and depressing movie. Well, not just because of the future thing, which I think is a huge problem for people in the quarantine, because suddenly your plans for this year don't even matter.
Yep, basically.
Your life has been cancelled.
Basically, yes.
A lot of people actually feel very hopeless because of that. Once again, like they have no future. Maybe not in the extreme of this movie, but this movie also touches isolation, right?
Yes, of course.
Massive isolation, which is something that we are also experiencing to a degree never before experienced, probably in our very safe lives.
Yeah, the isolation thing is very important. Have you by any chance seen Spaceship You, a video by SCP Grey?
Yeah, it was recommended to everyone.
Yes, of course.
In YouTube.
Yeah, that I think that addresses that particular topic very directly. It's like, we are in our little spaceships. Our homes have become some sort of like isolation chamber where you're trapped and you are not supposed to go out because you literally might die.
You see, this movie is even relevant in that sense.
Yeah, no, it's very, very similar to our... Well, it's very similar to what people are feeling. That's it.
I would say so. And you know what? You get to see how people react to to this horrible situation in the movie, and most of them they just stop giving a fuck. You know how in this movie, like, you know, they didn't touch in things that are common in this kind of dystopian settings, such as cannibalism.
Yes.
The food is running out, we're gonna have to eat each other.
I guess I have never actually believed that we would arrive to that point.
Well, in a spaceship?
While there is food.
Okay.
Because that's the thing, I mean, there was food. It was horrible, but
Yeah.
there was food, there was water.
Of course, yeah. And
That's the thing, they were never going to die
of starvation?
of starvation or the classic things that
Uh-huh.
go into like dystopian sci-fi.
Yeah. That's another thing that I liked about this movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't touch on the typical problems of this, because, you know, typical problem would be, okay, air is running out, food is running out. How are we gonna deal with this thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
it's
the
cannibalism.
powerful are going to control the food and blah blah blah.
Uh-huh. No, here we have, we have disgusting food, but we have food. We have disgusting, nasty ass water, which I thought was pretty scary and I don't know, that was cool. That was something that you don't see every day. But thing is that people reacted with, like, their defense was trying not to care about things, and you see that people start being like letting go. The ship starts getting dirty. The rooms of the people are like a mess. It's because nothing matters. Their future is gone. Their plans are, you know, completely annihilated. So they just stop giving a fuck and they just do nothing. And I think,
Which is very understandable.
yeah, and I think that's also sort of a quarantine thing. I mean, I don't know. I think it's easy to say, hey, whatever. I'm just gonna stay vegetative until this thing blows over, and that's it.
Yeah. The whole not mattering is the important thing.
It's the most important thing about Aniara, and I think it's something that not many movies do.
Yeah,
I'm sure some other stories probably delve into it, but that was pretty interesting to me.
And well, as I said before, I mean, the also a new thing is that there's a whole society that's together condemned to disappearing.
Hey, that's also kind of like in the quarantine, right?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone is condemned to their houses, and that's it.
And well,
Which I think is actually something that like joins us. It's like, yeah, we are all trapped, so we are all together in our entrapment.
and yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of a bit what you're seeing in the quarantine too, right? Some solidarity.
Yeah, of course.
For
everyone.
Ass. But yeah, I guess the situation is a bit more extreme in the fucking spaceship.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Just a little bit. But hey, as the people in the classical story said, hey, at least we're not plunging into the depths of Jupiter. Right? We're not gonna die a cold death in the hydrogenic depths of a dark planet.
Yeah, so I guess kind of a... I don't know if cheap is cheap to... Yeah, at least I'm not X or Y or Z, where that's like Ebola.
Yeah, it's definitely... No, you're right. It's a cheap consolation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay. I know, anybody can say things will get worse or could be worse. Of course, it could always be worse. But I think this movie actually gives us like sort of an important question. How will you react? Because we have people that react in different ways. In the movie, a lot of people commit suicide.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense. I mean, do you wanna, when the water starts running out, do you wanna suffer through all this? Does it even matter?
But that's the thing. I mean, there was no... You weren't going to go out of water. The water was there.
Well,
I mean, it was stinky and whatever.
But it is disgusting. You're gonna have to... I mean, you're used to this way of living. You're used to, and we are too, right? We are used to this very comfy way of living where we have access to everything we need, as long as you have money.
Hey, but then again, I mean, you could argue that we are already drinking a lot of like stinky water, and when we say nothing. For example, when we had to go, when we had to like regular commute to our works, it was like from 45 to an hour of rage and annoyingness and hate and wasted time every day, every week.
Yeah, but that's kind of a normal thing in humanity.
Yeah, but that's what I say. I mean, is it? Is it really normal? I mean, is it something that should be normal, that you are spending like what? It's about 2 hours a day, which means 10 hours a week just enraged, wasting 10 hours a week in just pure hate, sitting and screaming sometimes.
Wow, that's a very harsh dramatization of driving your car.
Dude, pero, come on, that's the thing. I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah.
There is no one in this planet that would say, oh yeah, I love driving to work. It's so much fun. It's great. Fantastic.
You're right, it's fucking worse. And it took a fucking pandemic to make us question, is this really necessary?
Exactly.
Okay, I see what you
and
say
that I think a lot about that. I mean, what things do you consider normal that really shouldn't?
We could be handling things differently.
Of course, and that's the problem. We adapt really quickly.
Oh yeah, well, come on. I mean, remote work is some kind of a modern thing, right?
It shouldn't be.
Well, I mean, you need time for society to adopt something.
That's the problem. That is the problem with I think everything, because people don't think. Do you remember? Because I started to read a book that's called Remote, how the officeless world or something like that. I mean, I have been like talking in my office about remote work and how could we make things better with Trello, or really simple things to make things better.
Sure.
For years. And we have just started working with Trello this year.
Well, hey, necessity makes people adapt.
And that's the problem. And because people never think about anything. Because I was also thinking...
Well, change is harsh, man.
Because people don't think. Well, change is really simple when you just...
Hey, change is never simple. And what you're talking about is a change to a way of life.
But that's the problem. I mean, do you remember? Of course you don't remember, because this is like a million years ago.
Oh, man.
But when we started using email, probably the most common one, at least in South America, was Hotmail. Everyone had a Hotmail, and that's it. We were still using Hotmail with its 1 megabyte of space.
Yeah.
For years, while there were things like Yahoo Mail and Gmail started at some point. And that's the thing, everyone knew, well, maybe not new, but it was very well known that there were other services, and I always told everyone, please stop using Hotmail, please. Use these other services, there's a space, it's easy, it's convenient, it's fast, it's nice, it's user-friendly.
Well, of course, people don't change unless they are forced to.
Which is my point. We would have started working remotely when it was possible, not now that we're forced by a freaking like almost sci-fi virus.
You're right, it's borderline sci-fi.
Exactly, and that's what it takes for us to like stop a fucking second and think.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Does it surprise you?
No, it enrages me, and it's fucking garbage. And now that we're working, I have been working remotely since February. I mean, because I had enough, and I just said to them, "That's it. I'm out. Please, let's work remotely. This is no longer viable." But now that everyone's working remotely, and everyone's like, oh, this is very nice. Oh, this is very convenient.
Yeah, just now, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is... Are you fucking serious?
Bro.
We have talked about this like 5 years ago.
You have a grudge with this, I think.
Of course, I have a grudge with anyone not thinking about what they're doing
Okay, well,
and fucking me in the process.
So hey, even that relevant to this movie.
Yes, and
I'm gonna try to plug this movie whatever way I can.
yes. So no. The point is, I mean, think of how you can improve your life.
Okay.
Do not just. I mean, that's the problem. We get used to shit really fast.
Yeah, it's true.
So don't get used to shit. Always be aware that okay, maybe you can get used to shit, but be aware that it's shitty, so you are ready to change it.
Yeah, and you're not aboard the Aniara. I mean, you have a future.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. You're not in drifting in space.
Yeah, don't let your room get as shitty as those of the crew
Yes.
of the Aniara. I mean, when I saw that woman like just
Yeah, sleeping on the corridor.
sleeping on her filth. Yeah, no.
But that was
when the
yeah, I
woman
didn't like that. That was sad.
No, and there's a scene like where the main character goes into the room of a person that used to be her friend.
Oh right.
And she's like drinking
who knows what
this shit water.
Yeah.
And she tells her like go the fuck away. Right? I'm just
Yeah.
groveling in my misery here. I don't give a fuck. And there she realizes kind of like okay there are these sort of people that you don't give a fuck about.
And that also like goes to show that I mean if your current plan of importance goes away, you kind of need to rebuild your plans. You need a plan B. Okay, I don't have a future and whatever I do doesn't matter, so maybe I should think of okay maybe hedonism is what I should do now. So let's try to be happy and enjoy and things like that don't really require a future. And not just yeah that's it, I'm gonna eat my poop.
Yeah.
I think you need like a life plan, a secondary life plan.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, okay, well, sure, that's asking a lot. I don't think the movie.
Oh, of course it's asking a lot. I'm well aware of that.
I don't think the movie made me think that. I think the movie just made me ask myself the question: which kind of person would I be aboard this ship? Would I grovel in my own shit? Or would I be one of the people because just slightly touching it, in the end of the movie, which is great. I think we both said that the ending was pretty fucking cool. And in the ending you can see that...
Wait. Okay, let's make a little parenthesis and discuss the ending.
I don't know, should we? I was just gonna say like a small bit about the ending.
Okay.
I don't want to discuss the ending really right now.
Okay.
I just want to say that certain people, like they kept up until the very very bitter end.
Yes.
Like until the last fucking moments of this ship, they were there.
Oh, Pidioyo, yes.
They didn't commit suicide. They were.
And well, like the protagonist, I mean, she kept on working on her laser thing and
Yeah.
and her experiments and trying to do something for.
And I think that's the main question that the movie asks of you is like, what kind of person are you? Are you gonna give up on the...
Which you
on
see,
year 5?
which depends on your plans.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Of course.
The main character had some plan.
It's like, yeah, she had her family, so that was her plan.
Yeah, not only that, even outside her family, she had
Yeah,
ambitions
exactly.
and projects, and it kept her going. And I don't know. I thought, I honestly, if all of my plans were never going to be seen by anyone, if everything I did was gonna be for nothing, would I really do it? Would I just lose hope? I don't know, man.
I don't know if I would go on. I mean, if I had no future like that.
It's something we can't even imagine right now.
That's where the sci-fi comes in.
Yeah, we can't really ask ourselves that question right now.
No, not really.
I think it is impossible. It is impossible to know. So yeah, those are the themes for me. The themes are the isolation, the being robbed. I mean, feeling robbed of your time.
Yeah, feeling
Like-
that nothing matters.
Whatever you had,
It's no longer there and will
Uh-huh.
never be.
and it's not fair because it's not your fault. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
you're not in control.
Yeah, it's not fair. That's the whole. That's the summary.
Yeah, you lost all control of your life and of your ambitions. It's just sad, and it's easy to lose hope in this situation. But once again, in the movie, you have people that are in an even more horrible situation, and some of
And
them,
they kept on going.
yeah, some of them just tracked on.
Yeah, so I think with that theme
Mhm.
comes a recommendation. Think about your plans. They will eventually change because that's how life works.
Mhm.
So just be conscious
okay.
of your plans. Because when you don't have plans, you start sleeping in the corridor. And that's not cool. Next episode, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
See you in the next Skullcast.